The moment you walk into a room, people make a decision about you. They don't wait to get to know you. They don't pause to ask about your life story. Within seconds, they've already measured your presence, your confidence, and your energy. It's not fair, but it's reality. Some people command respect effortlessly, the way they walk, the way they speak, the way they carry themselves. It sends a message before they even open their mouths. Meanwhile, others struggle, constantly feeling overlooked, unheard, or dismissed. The difference isn't luck. It's not about wealth, status, or even talent. It's about how you present yourself, how you own your space, and how you make others feel in your presence. People don't respect uncertainty. They don't gravitate toward hesitation. If you want to be respected, you need to understand this simple truth. How you carry yourself dictates how the world treats you. Too many people walk around demanding respect, thinking it's something they're automatically owed. But the hard truth, no one owes you anything. Not respect, not recognition, not admiration. You have to earn it. Respect isn't built through words, it's built through actions. It's not something you ask for, it's something you create through the way you live. You don't become respected because you expect it. You become respected because you prove through your character and your consistency that you deserve it. Think about the people you respect the most. Is it because they told you to? No. It's because they showed you time and time again that they stand for something, that their words and actions align, that they don't crumble under pressure and they don't change who they are just to please others. If you're waiting for the world to hand you respect, you'll be waiting forever. Stop asking for it. Start becoming the person who naturally commands it. You've been told all your life that everyone deserves respect, and that just by existing, you're entitled to it. But let's be honest, that's not how the world works. Respect is not a participation trophy. It's not handed out just because you show up. This lie has convinced too many people that respect is something they should expect instead of something they should build. And when they don't get it, they blame the world instead of looking at themselves. Look around. The people who are truly respected didn't sit around waiting for it. They developed themselves. They made themselves strong, capable, and valuable. They carried themselves in a way that made others take them seriously. If you've been struggling to earn respect, it's time to stop looking outward and start looking inward. The world isn't going to change for you, but you can change the way you move through it. There's a clear line between those who are respected and those who are ignored. And it has nothing to do with luck, status, or chance. It comes down to one thing: presence. Respected people don't shrink themselves. They don't walk into a room like they're waiting for permission to exist. They take up space, physically, mentally, emotionally. They speak with conviction. They make eye contact. They don't fidget, mumble, or hesitate. They carry themselves with purpose. Ignored people, on the other hand, they hesitate. They second guess. They seek approval before they even speak. And the world picks up on that energy. If you don't respect yourself first, don't expect anyone else to do it for you. So here's the question: how do you want to be seen? Do you want to be the person people listen to, the one whose words carry weight, or do you want to be the one people overlook, the one who fades into the background? Respect isn't about forcing people to notice you. It's about becoming someone who naturally commands attention. And that starts with you. Before a single word leaves your mouth, people have already made up their minds about you. They don't wait for a conversation to decide whether to respect you or dismiss you. It happens the second you walk into a room. Think about it. When someone walks in with their head held high, shoulders back, and a steady pace, they naturally draw attention. They don't have to announce their presence announces itself. But when someone slouches in, looking unsure, fidgeting with their hands, avoiding eye contact, people pick up on that too. Respect doesn't start with what you say, it starts with how you show up. It starts with the energy you bring into a space. You could be the smartest person in the room, but if your body language tells the world that you doubt yourself, guess what? The world will too. So before you even open your mouth, ask yourself, what message is my presence sending? Am I carrying myself like someone who deserves respect? Or am I shrinking into the background, hoping someone will notice me? Respect isn't something you ask for. It's something you radiate. And that starts long before you speak. You don't need a voice to tell people who you are. Your body does it for you. The way you sit, the way you stand, the way you move, it all sends a message. Picture this. Two people walk into a meeting. One sits with their back straight, their hands still, and their eyes focused. The other slumps into their chair, crosses their arms, and avoids looking up. Who do you think commands more respect? It's not arrogance. It's not about looking intimidating. It's about showing that you believe in yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. When you walk, walk with purpose. When you speak, look people in the eye. Keep your chin up, relax your shoulders, stand firm. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room to be the most respected. In fact, the ones who move with quiet confidence are often the ones who hold the most power. So the next time you step into a room, be aware of what your body is saying, because people are always listening, even when you're not speaking. The loudest person isn't always the most respected. In fact, more often than not, the one who talks too much loses respect faster than the one who knows when to stay silent. Think about the people you admire. Are they the ones who ramble, trying to prove themselves, or are they the ones who choose their words carefully, speaking only when necessary? Desperation is loud. Confidence is quiet. When you chase respect, you rarely get it. When you demand attention, it usually backfires. But when you stay calm, when you know your worth without feeling the need to broadcast it, people take notice. You don't have to react to everything. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay silent and let your presence speak for itself. Respect doesn't belong to the one who shouts the loudest. It belongs to the one who moves with control, the one who doesn't waste energy proving something they already know about themselves. So ask yourself, do I control the room with my presence, or am I trying too hard to be seen? Because real respect isn't given to the one who demands it, it's given to the one who doesn't have to ask. Imagine if the way you stood, the way you walked, and the way you carried yourself was an advertisement for how people should treat you, because in reality it is. Your posture sends a message before you even introduce yourself. Stand tall and people assume confidence. Hunch over and people assume insecurity. Walk with purpose and people see strength. Drag your feet and people assume hesitation. If you carry yourself like someone who expects respect, the world will respond accordingly. But if you carry yourself like someone who doubts their worth, people will treat you exactly the same way. Look in the mirror right now. How are you standing? How are you sitting? What is your posture saying about you? Because whether you realize it or not, your body is setting the standard for how the world will treat you. Respect doesn't come from demanding it, it comes from embodying it. So from this moment on, carry yourself like the person you want to be, not the person the world has told you that you are. And respect isn't just about how you carry yourself, it's about whether people can count on you. Because let's be real, no one respects someone they can't trust. If your words hold no weight, neither does your reputation. Think about the people you admire, the ones you would turn to in a time of need, the ones whose opinions matter. What do they all have in common? They are reliable. When they say they'll do something, they do it. When they make a promise, they keep it. They don't just talk, they deliver. Now, think about the people who have lost your respect. What happened? Maybe they said one thing and did another. Maybe they broke a promise when it mattered most. Maybe they made empty statements that sounded good but meant nothing. Once trust is broken, it's almost impossible to get it back. Trust is the foundation of respect. If people can't rely on you, they won't respect you. And if they don't respect you, they won't take you seriously. If you want to be respected, make sure your word is worth something. Because the moment it isn't, you lose more than just credibility. You lose everything. Every time you speak, you are either adding value to your name or taking it away. Think of your word like money. Every promise you make is an investment in your credibility. If you keep your word, your value rises. If you break it, you go broke. No one trusts a person who is careless with their words. If you're constantly making commitments you can't keep, if you're always promising things you can't deliver, people will stop believing in you. And when people stop believing in you, they stop respecting you. Look around at the most respected people in any field, business, sports, leadership. They didn't get there by talking big and failing to deliver. They built their respect brick by brick with every action aligning with their words. So before you promise anything, ask yourself, can I deliver? Will I follow through? Because once you lose the trust behind your words, it's nearly impossible to earn it back. Treat your word like the most valuable thing you own, because in many ways it is. Some people think making big promises makes them look impressive. They believe saying, I'll handle it, or I'll take care of it, makes them look strong. But here's the truth. If you overpromise and don't deliver, you don't look strong, you look weak. Overpromising is a sign of insecurity. It shows that you feel the need to impress people instead of letting your actions speak for you. It creates a cycle of disappointment. First, they believe in you, then you fail them, then they stop trusting you. How many times have you seen someone promise something and fail to follow through? How many times have you lost respect for someone because their words meant nothing? It's always better to promise less and over-deliver than to promise everything and deliver nothing. If you want to earn respect, stop trying to impress people with words. Let your actions do the talking. Respect doesn't come from talking about what you're going to do. It comes from doing it. The most respected people don't waste time explaining themselves. They don't try to convince others of what they can do. They just do it. They speak with purpose, and every word they say carries weight. If you want to earn respect, be the person who doesn't have to prove anything with words. Be the one who simply follows through no matter what. If you say you'll be somewhere, show up. If you say you'll do something, do it. If you promise something, make sure it happens. People remember actions. They remember reliability. They remember the ones who don't need to explain themselves because the record speaks for itself. So stop talking about what you're going to do, just do it. Let your results speak louder than your words, because at the end of the day, respect isn't built by what you say, it's built by what you do. People don't just wake up one day and decide to respect you. They take their cues from how you allow yourself to be treated. If you tolerate disrespect, it will continue. If you let people take advantage of you, they will. That's not because people are cruel, it's because human nature is simple. We test limits. Think about it. If someone keeps showing up late, missing deadlines, or treating you as an afterthought, and you say nothing, what message are you sending? That it's okay, that you'll tolerate it, that your time, energy, and respect don't matter. Now look at the people who command respect. They don't allow themselves to be treated like an afterthought. They don't let people take advantage of them. They set clear boundaries and they enforce them. If you want respect, you have to teach people how to treat you, and that starts by refusing to accept less than what you deserve. Most people are afraid of the word no. They think saying no makes them difficult, rude, or unkind. But let me tell you something. Saying yes to everything doesn't make you respected. It makes you a doormat. Every time you say yes out of fear, you lose a piece of your self-respect. You spread yourself thin, you allow people to take from you without giving anything in return, and over time, you stop being seen as strong, you start being seen as someone who can be used. Look at the most respected individuals in any industry, in any walk of life. They are not the ones who say yes to every demand, every favor, every request. They are the ones who say no when necessary. Not because they're selfish, but because they understand that their time, energy, and self-respect are worth protecting. Saying no isn't rude, it's powerful. It's the difference between being controlled by others and taking control of your life. If you want to be respected, stop fearing the word no and start using it when you need to. Think about the people you respect the most. Are they the ones who let others talk down to them? Are they the ones who always give in, who never stand up for themselves, who let people treat them however they want? No. We respect people who have standards. We respect people who know their worth. We respect people who refuse to be mistreated no matter the situation. So why would anyone respect you if you allow yourself to be treated like an afterthought? If you don't stand up for yourself, why would anyone stand up for you? If you keep allowing people to cross the line, why would they ever stop? The truth is, people will test you. They will push boundaries. They will take as much as you let them. And if you don't make it clear where the line is, don't be surprised when they keep stepping over it. Respect starts with you. If you want it, demand it. If you want to be treated differently, start treating yourself differently, because the moment you stop allowing disrespect, people will have no choice but to see you in a new light. The strongest people aren't the ones who fight every battle. They're the ones who set clear rules for how they will be treated and enforce them without apology. Boundaries are not walls, they are not barriers. They are the foundation of self-respect. They tell the world, this is how I expect to be treated, and anything less will not be accepted. Look at the most respected leaders, mentors, and successful individuals. They don't let people waste their time. They don't entertain nonsense. They don't allow energy draining relationships to linger. They make it clear through their actions that their time, their energy, and their respect are not up for negotiation. And guess what? People respect them for it. If you don't stand firm, people will test you. If you keep bending your standards to make others happy, you'll lose yourself in the process. But if you set boundaries and enforce them, people will know exactly where you stand. They will respect you not just for what you say, but for what you refuse to tolerate. So ask yourself, what boundaries do you need to set today? Where have you been allowing disrespect? Because the moment you take control of how people treat you is the moment you start living with real power. The world is full of people who want to test you. They'll provoke you, disrespect you, and push your buttons just to see how you react. And the moment you let them succeed, you give them power over you. Think about it. When someone angers you, when they make you lash out, who's really in control? It's not you, it's them. They dictated your emotions. They made you act on impulse. And now, instead of being seen as strong, you look like someone who can be easily manipulated. True power isn't about winning arguments. It's not about proving a point. It's about keeping your cool when others lose theirs. It's about not letting someone else dictate your emotions. So the next time someone tries to get under your skin, stop, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I about to react or am I about to respond? Because the difference between the two is the difference between weakness and strength. Imagine a ship with no captain, no one steering, no direction, just drifting, being pushed wherever the wind and waves take it. That's what happens when you don't control your emotions. If every little frustration, every insult, every inconvenience sets you off, you're not in charge of your life, your emotions are. And emotions, when left unchecked, will pull you in every direction, making you unpredictable, unreliable, and untrustworthy. Look at the people who have built strong, respected lives. They don't let emotions run their decisions. They don't explode in anger, panic under stress, or let fear control them. They think, they pause, they move with intention. That's what separates the respected from the reckless. Strength isn't about avoiding emotions, it's about mastering them. It's about knowing when to feel and when to lead. If you want control over your life, take control of your emotions first. Some people think power comes from raising their voice, from shouting louder than everyone else, from making sure they're heard no matter what. But let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly respected the loudest person in the room? Let me ask you something. When were you the last time you truly respected the loudest person in the room? Look at history. The most influential leaders, the ones who shaped the world, were rarely the ones who lost their temper. They didn't need to yell to command attention. Their actions, their intelligence, their unshakable control, that's what made them powerful. The next time you feel the need to shout, stop. Lower your voice instead. Speak with intention. Watch how people lean in, how they listen more closely, how they start to respect you, not because you force them to, but because your presence demanded it. The difference between a weak person and a strong one is simple. One reacts, the other responds. A weak person lets emotions take over. They lash out in anger, make reckless choices, and regret it later. A strong person pauses. They process what's happening. They take a moment to breathe, to think, and then they respond with strength. This isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about controlling them. It's about making sure that when you speak, when you act, when you make a decision, it's coming from a place of power, not weakness. The most respected people in the world understand this. They don't react to insults, they don't let stress shake them, and they don't make choices out of fear. They take control of themselves first, and that's why they're in control of everything else. So the next time you're about to react, pause, think, choose your response wisely. Because the person who controls their emotions controls the situation. And the one who controls the situation, if you don't hold yourself to a high standard, if you don't value your time, your words, and your actions, why would anyone else? Think about it. People take their cues from you. If you carry yourself with confidence, if you walk with purpose, if you make it clear that you value yourself, others will do the same. But if you hesitate, if you doubt yourself, if you constantly allow people to walk all over you, the world will follow that lead. Self-respect isn't something you ask for, it's something you demand without saying a word. It's in your posture, in your discipline, in the way you speak, in the way you live your life. So take a hard look at yourself. Are you treating yourself like someone who deserves respect, or are you waiting for the world to do it for you? Because if you don't respect yourself first, no one else will. Self-respect isn't just a mindset, it's a pattern of action. It's the way you wake up in the morning, it's the way you take care of your body, your mind, and your future. If you're constantly making choices that hurt you, skipping workouts, staying in toxic relationships, wasting time on distractions, you're sending a message to yourself and the world I don't deserve better. Look at the people who truly respect themselves. They don't let their health deteriorate. They don't surround themselves with people who bring them down. They don't waste time making excuses. Their habits reflect their self-worth. Respect isn't something you wait for, it's something you build step by step through the way you treat yourself every single day. So ask yourself, what are your habits saying about you? Are they proving that you value yourself, or are they showing that you're okay with settling for less? Because the world is watching, and it will treat you exactly the way you treat yourself. We all know people who blame the world for their problems. They complain about their circumstances, their bad luck, their unfair treatment, and what do we think of them? Do we respect them, or do we see them as weak, powerless, and stuck? Now look at the people who take full responsibility for their lives. They don't waste time pointing fingers. They don't wait for someone to save them. They own their mistakes, their failures, their setbacks, and then they get to work fixing them. That's what earns respect, not complaining, not making excuses, not blaming the past, but standing up and saying, this is my life and I take full responsibility for it. If you want respect, stop waiting for the world to feel sorry for you. Stop expecting someone else to fix your problem. Take control, own your choices, make the hard decisions. Because the moment you do that, people will see you differently. They will respect you, not because you asked for it, but because you proved you deserve it. Change doesn't happen overnight. You don't suddenly wake up one day and become respected. It starts with a single step. Pick one area of your life where you've been neglecting yourself. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your discipline, maybe it's the way you let people treat you. Whatever it is, fix it. Start small. Set a new standard for yourself. If you've been waking up late, get up earlier. If you've been letting people take advantage of you, start saying no. If you've been making excuses, start taking action. Respect isn't about talking, it's about doing. Every choice you make, every small change builds on itself. And before you know it, you're carrying yourself differently. You're moving with confidence. You're demanding respect without saying a word. So stop waiting for a perfect moment. Pick one thing, improve it, and let that be the first step toward a life that commands real respect. No one is going to hand you respect just because you ask for it. No one is going to give you recognition just because you think you deserve it. Respect is not something you demand, it's something you prove every single day through your actions. Look at the people who command respect effortlessly. They don't go around begging for it. They don't need to remind people of their worth. Their actions do the talking. They live in a way that makes it impossible to ignore them. Every choice you make, every habit you build is either strengthening your reputation or weakening it. Every time you show up with confidence, follow through on your word, and refuse to settle for less, you add to the foundation of your respect. And every time you compromise your values, break your promises, or let people walk over you, you take a step backward. Respect isn't a one-time achievement, it's a lifetime investment, and it's only given to those who earn it over and over again. A strong reputation isn't built in a day. It's built through years of consistency. And the moment you stop protecting it, the moment you stop upholding your own standards, is the moment you start losing it. Think about the most respected people in the world. The respect wasn't given to them overnight. It was earned through discipline, through reliability, through an unshakable commitment to who they are and what they stand for. But here's the thing. Respect can be lost in an instant. One act of dishonesty, one moment of weakness, one compromise too many, and everything you've built can come crashing down. That's why you have to protect your reputation like it's your greatest asset. Because it is. If you want to be respected, stop taking your actions lightly. Stop thinking one small mistake won't matter. Stop assuming you can make up for lost time later. Respect is built every day through the smallest choices. And the way you carry yourself today will determine how people treat you tomorrow. Respect isn't just about what you say, it's about how you move, it's about how you carry yourself in every situation. From this moment forward, change the way you present yourself. Walk like you have a purpose, speak with intention. Stop hesitating, stop seeking approval, stop second-guessing your worth. People will only take you as seriously as you take yourself. If you want people to listen when you talk, make sure your words mean something. If you want people to see you as someone of value, make sure your actions prove it. If you want people to respect you, stop looking for shortcuts and start living in a way that demands it. Everything about you, the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you stand, the way you respond to challenges, should send one clear message: I am someone to be respected. The world doesn't respect uncertainty. It doesn't respect weakness. It doesn't respect people who hesitate. It respects those who move with confidence, who stand firm in their values, and who make their presence known without ever needing to raise their voice. There are two types of people in this world, those who wait and those who take action. Those who sit back and hope for respect, and those who go out and earn it. The ones who wait, they never get it. They spend their lives wondering why people don't take them seriously, why they're overlooked, why they're always on the outside looking in. And the reason is simple. Respect isn't given to those who hope for it. It's reserved for those who prove day in and day out that they deserve it. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who fades into the background waiting for the world to recognize your worth? Or do you want to be the person who walks into a room and commands attention without saying a word? Respect isn't luck. It's not something you stumble upon. It's something you earn through discipline, through action, through an unwavering belief in yourself. Stop waiting, start proving. The world will respect you when you